and Sammy Ecosi, Abonoa cra. When a generation, one a can be mano, or call court to Bono or lawyer dear. Anasi saying, one a could generate. Your man state attorney be an sana or not a private lawyer and a coy.
Ride or drive with Shaxi. Download the Shaxi ride-hailing app and sign up as a driver or rider. Get Shaxi today from the Google Play and Apple App Store today.
The story of Abonoa is a worrying one to so many people. A hard dream, especially since story came out that Abonoa has been arrested. And manipa be personally, I had arranged an interview with him. I was going to have a one-on-one with Abonoa. In fact, the day he came here, na mikodi shacks in Komobi, and I was not available in the office. And he called me with this, should I call him his manager or whatever, Fifi didn't cry that they were in my office. I told him that, unfortunately, I am not in the office, so let's plan it for this week. And unfortunately, this is what has happened to Abonoa. Now, Okwa Bontin has a story, no? Enipa be omote asem no. Obia ebisa ne ho eden na Abonoa ye. What was his crime? In fact, many people are asking questions. We've even seen a news story, a news card from GH1 TV, where someone like Sarkodie said that but we thought Abonoa was just creating content. That's what we knew him for. Or that's what we know him for. That the guy has been online creating content all this while. So what happened? A day in a CFA, yedi Abonoa babesha trouble kesiemu. I say oni okamaphobia no. Na in same way akoso. I know the big question is that what is Abonoa's crime? According to stories outside, purported to have come from the courts. And some of our say, oh, where they say court na akano. Yes, Abonoa crime, they say, 1. Why public deception? What this if amount for say or no, Nyankopon yi achre ne say. In suoba beto 25th December. Uti Abonoa no kwa wacheche mu say 25th December ni po say year 2025. Say year 2026. Say 2030, 2045. He only talked about 25th December. Na eno mudi ayasem. Any your point 1. Point 2 is that the law is also saying that Abonoa has caused fear and panic. Sa law no. Sa fear and panic law no. Sa okay. Minim wakai. Sa fear and panic law na they are to Abonoa. Say Abonoa at the moment has caused fear and panic. Na and also ya they are to so. Ning na aka na aban say na Abonoa bra na bisa emunsem. De ntie ba ye ne de call ne de see ye. E na ye de ne kojina court dem. E di na court dem na judge or case ne say ebo de aye de ba kodam for 2 weeks na yakoso ahwehwe onsem ni mu. Na ebra odam ni krampo no yensa make sure say ya ba kohwe wa adwemu. If you are mentally stable, if you are mentally all right, and now say something is wrong with you, and also ya bobo akire Abonoa. And then matise video bi mpo ba Abonoa maame esu. Abonoa maame ayemre. Abonoa maame epa Ghana mpanifo achew. Abonoa maame tiatia mu se mu meboa me. Na de ekwe de ma moa me a wan sha na asema to me. Let say black sheriff nyum no bi moa me. Abonoa maame esu esre emmoa. Ghana for mopon moa bi a mo fan koboa maame no. Na yen hwe de nyame betimi aye no. But that notwithstanding, and Sammy ekosi Abonoa cra when a generation when can be mano or call court Abonoa or lawyer there anase sen ho ane kodya nachi ye man state attorney bi anase sen ana or not a private lawyer ene koy. All these matters are happening now. As it stands, I've seen a piece from a would-be lawyer. I'm a person me reading it, breaking it down now. Ye church and sim be mune we say Abonoa a crime no cry say they are to this no cry sign it here. So I'm going to read this piece from Intim Dodu Solomon. Ye nyina friend no chemo e de bakwa betum na de chemo betum here. Definitely ye be hwehwem na ya hwese etese ana. I say why Abonoa deserves fairer treatment. Fairer treatment. That means in Chemo's opinion, Krampono, or Felicia already, the treatment they are giving to Abonoa no is not fair. Very unfair, according to Chemo's idea and his understanding on what is happening. Now, let's take our time to read this. He published this yesterday, January 5th, 2026. And it reads, "This is why I believe Abonoa deserves better treatment. When I first heard that he had been arrested and that the charge being suggested was causing fear and panic, I was surprised. The lead investigator even suggested in an interview with Black Rasta that Abonoa is a fraud simply because their investigation showed he works as a security guard at a private school in Medina. And therefore, if he says God has spoken to him, he must be pretending to be a pastor." Now hold it. And fanko train. Chemo started and also there be waiting a me patch say Abonoa crano. I was saying better treatment. I say you guys have been unfair. As you knew be antimo dem rano kwan sa to say yes otimi fotimi or rock for batini. That is what seems to be happening to Abonoa. And Chemo say no no cry bra o say yachi Abonoa. Na eche no charge ade to no so causing fear and panic no. Then nwanwa say what is happening? The Abonoa ye obi anim say oyi concert. How did he cause fear and panic? And I say otie lead investigator no. On a Black Rasta ye interview bi. Na otie lead investigator no kra na lead investigator no kra no. Ono kra say ni bu ana enisre. Lead investigator no de odi asem na ni on asem ni bu okra no kra no enisre. Na lead investigator ne say omo ye investigation omo say Abonoa akra ye juma o school bi e o Medina as a private security person. Enti say Abonoa ese ene oyodi fo ne nyame bibia a kire ne dia o dada nipa or cause fear and panic. But ya hwemu kra on patch say Abonoa akra nya juma. Now, let's continue. It says, "But this is unfair because Abonoa has never clearly stated that he is a pastor." Of course, on Kasa, Abonoa on Kasa no Nyaminipa. In fact, I call a TikTok platform, description of the man on Kasa Nyaminipa. So why label him as a fraudster based on something he has not claimed to be? If anyone genuinely investigates Abonoa's work, the obvious conclusion is that he is a content creator. He has created many skits and characters over time, including Jesus and Abonoa. These are creative identities he uses in his content journey. Now, Chemo akra me ati say eneipa Ghana for emranim for kasa asem wo mu hwemu pa. Omba kopie say na sa akwa radio no also for the dabeno kasa also for. He has never said on any platform so for that. He's a content creator. Although they are creating in Yama. I maybe call a chum or see a friend Jesus. And be a chum or see a friend Abonoa. Like, why ye be our corny pages are. All these ones are clearly spelled out there. Into Hefana Abonoa ka say, or ye enkomsheni ana or ye nyami nipa. Enunti. Ye de tone so say, onye nyami nipa na so nyami nipa into a intro. Why? Abonoa has never said that. Now, let's move on to the next chapter. Now, yen breaking it down, sir. This is interesting. Lawyer Intim Dodu Solomon Chemo breaking it down. So, for investigators to conclude that he is not a content creator feels inaccurate and unfair. Even the claim of causing fear and panic seems weak to me, because many reasonable people and influencers clearly saw what he was doing as content creation. For example, Wadimaya, a major figure in global content creation, encouraged him to even turn his set into a tourist attraction. Sarkodie also invited him onto the Rapaholic stage to make light of the character he created. If these respected figures recognize it as content creation, how then do we dismiss it and label him a fraudster? Now, what did they? We need chemo isu and how. Bring the test back, I beg you. I mean, really testing it and I mean breaking it down. Chemo si win anyhow. Say and investigators will come upon my investigation. I conclude say Abonoa saw a pastor. Enti wakose fear and panic and I was in chemo si that very unfair, very unfair. Na sa position na investigators na fano very weak in the legal area no weak because Ghana hani Wadimaya is one of the respected content creators we have here in Ghana, well traveled, understands the business of content creation. Wadimaya kra who's enema akwane no atro piece of Facebook no ka say adia would Abonoa start, you know. It is something worth continuing. Etima Abonoa enye madie ningu. Onkos non pushy. O de onkos non pushy sa na ebetimi a sa area ni po started the year sa content no. Omane nya ti say tourist attraction na Obanagas he fan sa content creator ne ka say Nyankopon ba wiase odi nsuo ba wiase nti ye sibo na fan e wona kan ye nyina ye tuka na ne hwi team. Takra ne akogino ne akoyese ne beko. We content creator Wadimaya advice Wadimaya Abonoa no. Sarkodie who say Abonoa started kan nsem na mafo bisans nebo 25th December now since 20 beba no ntimi nkọ Rapaholic na na ebo si oda bi ebeko. Sarkodie who ya pe started posting no. So if you check on Sarkodie's timelines, he posted him one or twice. And sana ebra Rapaholic do na nsuo na anto no ye free Abonoa say wa ba na nsuo na anto de na wa bra na bra be shira show dey. So you will see that during Rapaholic Abonoa made appearance. And yeah, obejina wa amu kreti ensuo eto kakraka wonachi. Auze eboso abompire ma Rapaholic akoso ensuo no anto. So Chemo is using these two examples. If any investigator would do a proper investigation into the Abonoa story, all these things are critical elements or pay attention to. I mean, say Sarkodie can we, Wadimaya can we, call online, I'm for brady dia gross shatta wale mu na posti there. Then why arrest the guy for saying he's claiming to be what, a pastor? Well, let's move on to what is next. Na yenshwe nyame be. Now, brat up. Dabi. Yes. Now, okay, you fancy here. I see, even if the investigator discussing the case laughed while talking about it, which makes it hard to believe this is truly a serious matter, causing real panic in society. Some people point to the man from Liberia who traveled because of the content, but many others in Liberia also saw the same videos and understood it as comedy. Why is only one person being used to define the national reaction? If anything, that individual's personal situation should be examined, not used to criminalize the creator. Now, manena Chemo asanchire mu say asem we dey any na kakra o. No investigator and cried bra na Black Rasta interview no. O kasa ina na osresre. As a Black Rasta yi comedy bi man no hwe na osre. Because ono kra na asem na o kan kra na any sre. Enti so ono kra mpo ahuza asem na ye lighter. Eye den na ye be mana ye ti say bibi huhu bi asi. Ena osaka say Enkophobia allegation say, and some no cry, or he can't anything my papa be. Traveled all the way from Liberia to Ghana. I heard the Chemo was in it, Natiko Pineapple. I say, the whole of Liberia, almost the same way be. America 4 TB, London 4 TB, Germany 4 TB, Cameroon 4 TB, OBR TB. Nobody ran to Ghana in the name of looking for Abonoa. Into the papa kope edi ni Jimmy edi feel Liberia aba tra Ghana. Ade na mo ba be blame Abonoa say ono na why boni bi. Na ta mo ko show ni pa no so atwi mu. Chemo say onipa na ono watimi atu plane. Afri Liberia say oba Ghana because what is say enso ba beton na Abonoa say was solution no. Or say Sakwano, or say a fraud nomination na dream because maybe he is rather mentally unstable. Because everybody in the world saw this as content. How come you alone? Why didn't you see this? What to play about Ghana say, oh bede, oh betna akum. Oh problem, nye Abonoa. Oh now what problem? So why do we use just one person? Just one person, no yes nipa 1,000. Just one person, you should ask them, and they criminalize you, be and they are mining now to say, oh, Liberia for you now. Chemo says this is very unfair. It did not end there. And I say, Abonoa repeatedly said that if you were not personally invited, you should not come. Kofi Kinata even joked with him about using his music in the content. Another clear sign many public figures understood it as creative work. Those who didn't get the joke should not blame Abonoa for their misunderstanding. Now, let's get this one as well. Chemo Sammy who say, Abonoa kra se ma mo de achi ni nyina. I say emuha because one, abrantie na ebra oye arc no, ana oye sa ne content. Oka say, arc ni de si o na mom ye mo udin a memma bi. If you have not been invited, don't come. That was Abonoa's caveat to the two. Say, wow, bet me about acronym. This is the caveat you have to meet. Wait for an invitation. Wait for your call. To say, end times now, bubble register no. Until you know about. And because of this, musician Kofi Kinata, when Abonoa used one of his songs at the background when he was creating a content, no, or can say, Ebo, if you have used my song there, then automatically I'm going to be part of it. That is what Kofi Kinata even played with. Say, at the end there's what me the main na account there. Then also they make count like complete. Me person me try invitation bia just add me to the list. And he say when you na want me who say a joke na Abonoa a joke here. Then what again? Waiting again. One who say oh na Abonoa dear grow out of all these things are. Then waiting again you go see. Now, you heard the sentence paragraph na count na. Yeah, it's a bit in the barrier. Or say, why should the state punish a content creator? Simply because some people could not recognize satire. He clearly wrote that his statements were predictions, not prophecy. For these reasons, I strongly believe Abonoa deserves fairer treatment than what he is currently experiencing. And I'll say, Ghana for pa. Most of so a tasso money than ibin. Mo fan cheme. Ghana for pa. Most of so near masu. Now, why should the state, as a whole country, say, yeah, punish Abonoa, ye nya dadia ko fast state apparatus resources. Ako chesi Abonoa kwa chino. Ya said petroni human time. Ya kwachi Abonoa say, why then? Because of us way. At yen na yan who say akori na concert big keke no di ame asre. How? Like Chemo can't even understand it. Let me read the last one. I mean, I say bibi o ha men kan ya. And I say he clearly wrote his statement were predictions, not prophecy. Afe Chemo Sammy says ne bono wan kran say ma no kan kra. Ono wan ka say prophecy, wan ka say income. Also ono de o feel say besi no. Or ohun say e besi da chene no wan ka say income yankopon ya chene no enti he thinks that Abonoa deserves a fairer treatment, and I know so many people are also having the same thoughts as Chemo. Nipa bebre I disappointed in this Abonoa arrest. Na ye kan asofo a omo abehyenkom a enye papa say e from na ebisa omo about causing fear and panic there. Abonoa there, he should be the last to be arrested. He should be the very last person to be arrested because there are many reports of asofo omo nyina ba be gina bontia be ka say ni nyina nkongo si aga. So what are we talking about? What are we talking about? And this is the worry of Intim Dodo Solomon, aka Chemo. Chemo, a future lawyer. Until we know, me just a Chemo crank was starting the chambers now. Until those chambers now, aka Badizanko was shene a capompo, was shene gown, was shene a friend saying, ne che. Our quite now. Anka okokudi asem with Yama Abonoa. Because Felix say, someone is not treating Abonoa right. Something is wrong. Like, something is wrong. Why are we treating Abonoa like this? What is happening? And this is the story so far. To see idea, you say Abonoa has 2 weeks to be in remand. God willing, next week, and there be a 2 weeks nebeso. After 2 weeks, nebehu, but assembly back could do. Say, ye be koso. Because the last time I checked, let me say Abonoa and Semno and Timmy and Koya Mano, na say ye charging na. He's likely to pay like 36,000 Ghana cedis. I want Timmy to 36 Ghana cedis now. And so be come for some 1 year or 2 years be something like that. Is it 5 years rather? Yeah, I think I'll confirm that and give it to you the exact years. A year count na and way sad. Well, so I wanted to confirm this, and I think the confirmation is here. And big shouts to Ebenezer Donko, aka NYDJ. I'm also a lawyer near Onosoba. And also, I've had the opportunity to see the charge sheet. Abonoa has been charged with the publication of false news with the intent to cause fear and panic, contrary to Section 76 of the Electronic Communications Act 2008, Act 775. And I'll say, if convicted, Abonoa could face a fine of up to 3,000 penalty units, which is equal to 36,000 Ghana cedis, or a prison term of up to 5 years or both. And he said, and some my echoes here, I say, yeah, did agree. Say, Yansheni ye. Na se dachi Abonoa antimi ankeka ne nsem ye na yantimi adwetwa anyina ye de charge to ne so a 3,000 penalty unit eno sika fam no also to 36,000 Ghana cedis. So wantimi antua 36,000 cedis ni dia na ne Abonoa bekum for 5 years. Anase se nyamempo amwa na se judge ne bufu mo a obeka say mienu ni nyina 36,000 Ghana cedis. That's not them 5 years. Now the big question is, and come on, I kosi, they see ye, and they send ye na who ye. Abonoa we no deserve. And come on, I kosi, they see any day na who ye. Abonoa we na ose kosi. Well, you need come afford their sanity, but in Team Dodo Solomon Chemo, what can be ama Abonoa? Yan share their bakusi. We all wait to see what will happen in the near future. We are following, and you be making sure you be the same way. So I say you move me a kasa ye cross a kasa, because I remember I also posted on my Facebook and my social media platforms. Say content creators, we have to rise on this issue, on this matter, because when we think it is about Abonoa, so it is not about us. No, next time it will come back to hurt us. Because also back content be near because our content today it is causing fear and panic. Now should I better also. So the earlier we act, the better for our brother and for ourselves. We will end it here. Till we meet again. We are out of here. Bye.
Everybody check now. Check it. Check it. Check it. Check it. The beat is real. Don't wait, make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it. Check it. Check it. Green select glucometer. Check it. Push sugar level for check it. Check it. Reselect glucometer. Everybody check now.
This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.